For those of you that saw the last video, you'll know that the car made 343 horsepower on the rollers. We've been out and about in it, we've had some good drives. I'll put a few videos on now so you can see what that's like. But unfortunately, when I returned from the last drive, this happened. Don't want to start the year like this, but it obviously looks like the turbo's gone. Today we're going to strip the turbo off and then get it over to Venom Turbo and get it looked at and see what we can do. So I've already taken off the spark plugs and stuff, done a compression test just to make sure I've not broken anything on the engine. You can just see within there the inlet of the turbo, there is some oil there, so it's pretty clear that the oil seals have gone. The turbo was second hand when I bought it, so what can you do about that? It's one of them things. We'll get that off today and get it looked at and properly checked out. There's the oil that's on the inlet, which is never a good sign. And then if you look here, probably can't hear that, but just inside the exhaust wheel you can see all the oil, not very nice. And then if we look at the back of the turbine housing, look, not great. So the plan originally was to get my turbo rebuilt, but it was quite badly damaged and it had cost quite a bit of money. I've decided to do is purchase a new turbo, so I've gone for a GTX 2867R Gen 2. I'll obviously need to get the map checked over again, but then we should be good to go, and it should do a fair chunk more power than it did before. We are back home and we have some goodies. We'll do some unpacking now, build up the turbo and then see how everything goes on. Perfect fit, no issues there. Loads of clearance there. The oil feed pipe is vertical, the drain is fine. That's all good, so now we just need to bolt all the turbo bolts up and then work out where the actuator bracket is going to go on. So now the turbo's all angled up, we've got some marks there where we can see to get the alignment of the turbo correct. This is still loose now, but we can obviously line that back up. Now what we need to do is get the original actuator bracket onto there to make sure it all lines up. Do we think it's going to fit without any modifications? No. The actuator is going to sit something like that. That's the old bracket mounted on. So I need to put this back on the car now to make sure I've got enough space for the actuator to all connect up. Even with that bracket there is loads of room between the chassis. So we've had the actuator bracket modified, as you can see, nice and simple, couple of extra holes, retaining the original movement. We've also had the vacuum line fitting put in for the boost solenoid. So now what we're going to do is separate it from the manifold there, check up the gasket and see if it needs, the exhaust housing needs porting a bit, and have a look at that. What we need to do is make sure that this area here isn't smaller than the area in the exhaust manifold. So to do that, you get some paper and rub it over your manifold there, get the outline, rest it over there and see if you need to take any of this out. So we'll do that now. Wow, so as you can see, there's a massive difference there between the manifold and the turbo. That's the finished article. Let's blow this out with some air, get the turbo all built back up, and then it should be ready to go on the car. Turbo's all on now, so I've got to connect. Fucking stop saying so, you dick. New turbo's all on, got to connect a few pipes up and then we'll start it up, let it warm up, go through a water cycle, and then we should be able to go out for a little test drive. Change of plan, we've had a look, it all fits, so I'm just going to put it pretty much back how it was before, and then I don't need to cut any hoses. All back on. I've turned the car over just to get some oil through the turbo itself, and now it's time to start it, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will go well. Annoyingly, I've got a blowing gasket somewhere. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Amazingly, the leaking gasket was that I hadn't done that nut tight, which I've now fixed. So it all appears to be okay, touch wood. Now it's getting up to temperature, you can see all my oily marks burning off the manifold and the downpipes and the turbo itself. All the lovely bubbles coming out of the cooling system. Car's running again, gonna get out on the road.